You can buy a home with as little as $20 out of pocket. Buying your first home is one of the most exciting steps in your adult life. However, it's one of the most expensive things that many of us will ever do. And if you think that cost will keep you from getting your dream house, you should know that there are a lot of ways to actually save money. In this video, I'll break down exactly how you can buy a home with as little as $20 out of pocket, and I'll show you a series of problems that the typical home buyer faces, so you can make your home buying journey as affordable as possible. If you find this video helpful, like and subscribe, so this video can get pushed out and I can show more people how to buy a home with as little as $20 this year. So why should you buy a home? First off, when you buy a home, you have a place that truly belongs to you. You can paint the walls any color you like, hang up your favorite pictures, and overall make it feel like you. The most important thing to keep in mind is owning a home actually helps you save money in the long run. So instead of paying rent each month that you'll never get back, you pay money towards your mortgage. This helps you build equity, which is like slowly earning a piece of your home's value over time. Another benefit is stability. When you rent each year, your rent can go up whenever the landlord decides, or you might have to move if your landlord decides to not renew your lease. When you own your home, you can stay as long as you want and your monthly payments stay the same as long as you have a fixed rate mortgage. Lastly, having a home can be a good investment because house values tend to increase over time. This means when you decide to sell your house in the future, you'll get more than what you originally paid for it. For example, according to Yahoo Finance, the past 20 years, the average homeowner's value has increased dramatically, meaning that if you bought a home in 2003 for $140,000, on average, it's worth $340,000 today. So if you choose to buy a home, these solutions that I'll outline to you will help you solve some of the biggest problems that are keeping you from buying a home. I'm sure that you've heard house prices are extremely high across the US right now. But one thing that nobody talks about is that buying a home is seasonal. Normally, spring and summer are the prime times for buying home because children are off from school on school vacation and the weather is nice, so it keeps people motivated. This increased demand drives up home prices big time. So one of the best ways to save money is to buy a home during the winter. During these months, homes tend to stay on the market a little bit longer and sellers are more eager to close the deal. This can lead to reduced prices, less competition, and more room to negotiate favorable sales terms, which is how you can buy a home with as little as $20 out of pocket. So for example, let's say you want to buy a home in Philadelphia that costs $300,000. Your total closing cost, which is going to be your down payment, assuming you're doing an FHA 3.5% loan, and the fees it costs to transfer the property from the seller over to you, in this case, should total around $24,000. So you want to have a conversation with your realtor how you can use a mixture of seller concession or seller's assist and down payment assistance programs to lower your total cash to close this property. Lucky for you, your realtor knows about a down payment assistance program that can help you out. This program can give you down payment assistance which totals to 5% of the purchase price. So in this case, that's going to be $15,000, which brings your total all the way down to $9,000. Next, your realtor has also been in contact with the listing agent, and the seller has agreed to give you 3% in seller concessions, which totals your other $9,000. Seller concession or seller's assist means that the seller is allowing you to take money from the proceeds that they would normally get at closing and use it towards your closing costs. This means your new projected total to buy a home is $0. And this is the same method that I've used to help home buyers buy homes with $0 or very little out of pocket. Trust me, by timing your purchase during these months, you could save a substantial amount on your cash to close to buy this property. But wait, this isn't the only method that I'm going to give you to keep the most money in your pocket when buying a home. Before we move on to the next point, if you would like more details on how to prepare for your purchase, join my school community where I show you all the steps that you need to know to buy your first home. Now let's talk about something super important. Your credit score. Your credit score is crucial when it comes to mortgage interest rates and the overall terms of your loan. A lower credit score could mean higher interest rates, which can significantly increase the cost of your loan over its lifetime. For example, if you're buying a $200,000 home, a 1% difference in your interest rate could make the difference of $130 on your monthly mortgage payment. To truly understand this, hop on Google and search for amortization examples by rate. But if you would like me to make a video on this, comment down below. There are good news when it comes to interest rates. The key is focusing on improving your credit score before you initiate the home buying process. You can do this by paying down existing debt, holding off on applying for new credit, and making sure you're paying all your bills on time. Oh, and I have a whole course on this, which I'll link down below in the description. In the end, boosting your credit score can lower your interest rates, which means smaller monthly payments and big time savings over the lifetime of your loan. Alright, so picture this. You're diving into the world of buying a home for the first time, and bam, you're hit with closing costs when you thought it would just be a down payment. Closing costs, like I mentioned earlier, are the fees associated with having the property being transferred over from the seller to you. Closing costs typically include things like title work, loan fees, and things like prepaying for your mortgage insurance, homeowner's insurance, and portions of your property taxes. Although it's your realtor's job to prepare you for these expenses, it's easy to get overwhelmed if you've never bought a house before. So even if you're buying a home in the summer, which can be a busy market, you should always speak to your lender and try to negotiate with sellers when it comes to your closing costs. For example, it's always a good idea to request from your lender a detailed breakdown of all your closing costs before you start the searching process so that you can know what to expect. Home insurance is a mandatory requirement, but the cost can vary drastically depending on what provider you choose. You see, each company has its own way of figuring out risk. In this case, they're determining how likely it is that something bad happens to your home based on where your home is located, what it's made of, and even what kind of weather that it deals with. But don't stress, shop around. Compare different quotes with different providers and don't just stick with big names. Sometimes the local brokers can create a policy to match your needs perfectly. You should also look into discounts for bundling the different types of insurances that you may have. You can put your auto, home, life all together and get better coverage for a whole lot less money. So being a proud homeowner comes with the joys of maintenance and repairs. After all, you're your own landlord now, and these repairs can be costly if you're not handy or familiar with any type of home maintenance. To lower these costs, you should consider getting a home warranty. This home warranty can cover the cost for repairing or replacing major systems in your home or appliances. Things like your central air or your water heater. You can pay for this yourself, or you can always negotiate with the seller to include it in the sale. This not only gives you peace of mind, but it also protects you against unexpected repair bills from your home system or appliance failures. If you think buying a home is a distant dream, I'm here to tell you, don't give up. With a mixture of my videos and planning, you might be closer to home ownership than you expect. If you find this video helpful, like and subscribe so this video can get pushed out and I can show more people how to buy a home with as little as $20 this year.